What's going on YouTube? Vidya James here, getting ready for the Splatoon Direct. Ooh, can't tell you all how excited I am for this. I'm totally stoked for Splatoon. Like, finally found the damn thing. There it is. Just waiting on that. May 29th, I think it was. Just waiting for that game. So, we have a Direct. Hopefully it'll actually show us some things we don't already know. So, go! New breed of squid. Gathering of scientific information. Citing findings issues of video records. Okay. Squid Research Lab. Been following these guys on Twitter. They're on Twitter, Tumblr. Freaking hilarious.
How are you? We here at the Squid Research Lab are doing wonderful because later on we'll be filling you in on how you can get involved in our squid research. But first, it's our job to present to you our findings on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature. Excuse me? There is no creature? Sorry about that. Here, please take a look. A really good look.
Please take a look.
See? A little squiddy. But this is no ordinary squiddy. This particular squid can, in fact, transform into a humanoid. Eureka, indeed! In squid form, they can dive into and become one with their ink. While in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover their turf with it. Trust me, I'm geeking out too. I'm a scientist. That's all I can do. While we have officially named this breed of squid the Inkling, we prefer to just call them squid. Unsurprisingly, they each have a gender. There are Inkling boys and Inkling girls. And like more common squids,
Fucking system.
their appearance at will, including skin tone and eye color.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us skin color.
Their hair-like tentacles seem to change color automatically in combat situations.
I was wondering about
Another
that.
curiosity. These squid apparently gain the ability to transform into humanoid form at the age of 14.
14, huh? Interesting.
In this bipedal form, their stubby legs move relatively slowly. But as a squid, they can swim through ink at high speeds.
So it's like a culture between those.
They swim at nearly twice their running speed. This affects jumping too. The height they jump is equal in both forms. However, if they build momentum before jumping, their distance will significantly increase. Despite everything I know of gravity, matter, and science in general, they can also swim up walls when submerged in ink. However, they strangely cannot seem to cross this little barrier. Must be a mental thing, I'm assuming. Continuing this trend of odd behavior, it seems Inklings only shoot ink in humanoid form. Using the Wii U gamepad controller's gyro sensor, one can alter
Which is optional.
and make adjustments as they ink.
It's really intuitive, though.
Flowing like a torrential waterfall. Science is beautiful. Drop some ink, hop in the ink, swim in the ink. This is the basic movement pattern of the Inkling. We barely dipped into this creature's odd behavior patterns. Let's dive a little deeper into this titillating batch of scientific goodness. One unique Inkling habit is to protect its habitat. Oh, the humanity, or the squidity. Inklings refer to this goopy, garish scene as a turf war. They split up into two teams of 4 Inklings each. Then they fight. Why? To claim their turf, or at least to cover more of it than the other team in 3 minutes' time. Their weapons of choice?
Maybe it's a Nintendo to make color-based gang wars something you could do for fun. It's just like Bloods and Crips, but G-rated.
A mysterious cat beast named Judd.
Cat
Cat
beast.
named Judd, who judges turf wars. Oh, science, how you amuse me. As does this curious limitation. Inklings can only swim freely in their own team's ink, even in squid form. Once they've stepped foot in enemy territory, they'll get stuck in their ink like a bear in a honey bath, except it's far less pleasant. In fact, Inklings are so susceptible to foreign ink, getting hit by enough of it will cause them to spontaneously burst. It won't earn them any bonus points, but hopping enemies will extend their turn. Luckily, once they hop, they don't stop. Instead, they'll respawn, allowing them to super jump. Tap on a teammate's icon on the Wii U gamepad map, and an Inkling will super jump to that location. This allows them to quickly get back into the action, right to the front lines of battle, or to support an ally deep in enemy territory. However, I've also heard that less aggressive squid may prefer hiding from others and focusing on covering territory to increase their turn. Hide and go ink. It's a sound strategy. Points are awarded for performance in a match, and points are currency for use in game.
Mizuho, Yuriko,
That's not all pupils. Your points also determine how fast you level up. Fascinating. Squid are all about happening events, especially turf wars. And here are a few spots you'll find them. This strange location is called Urchin Underpass.
Oh, that was the demo
Several areas are
stage.
divided by concrete walls. So the clever Inkling will memorize the shape of the path between these areas.
You can see cars driving by.
Squid should especially watch out for the path connected to the center plaza. It gets messy there.
Wow.
Next, we'll examine Salt Spray Rig. This danger zone is known for the large chasm between its high and low areas. Both teams will surely attempt to claim the large area on top to earn a victory from above.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
By not paying attention to the lower area, the opposing team may turn the tides of battle covertly. Blackbelly Skate Park contains many wide-open areas, so the battle takes place all over the map.
Okay. No enclosed areas. Well, no.
It's a race for ownership of the center platform. If a team can manage that, they should be able to manage a win by controlling the higher ground.
Called it.
Warehouse is a close quarters match. The teams are locked in a tug of war
look
on
at that
two
frame rate.
sides of a series of obstacles. Arowana Mall jams both teams into a narrow area for intense matches.
Arowana.
Like
They're playing too much Monster Hunter.
Just about anywhere, like my chronic rash. Yeah, right. Moving along. Although Inklings are mere squid, I must say they are extremely fashionable.
An enemy girl.
They'll
Annie,
wear
I think her
hats,
name is.
glasses, outfits, and shoes, collectively known as gear. I'm no fashion expert, but as a scientist, I'm utterly enamored by squid culture. My theory, these fashionable squid trends must stem from an urban habitat.
Freaking Tanuki and Kisame?
Incompetence.
That's awesome. Like, they could expand on that. Like, if they're Tanuki and Kisame, and these are like Monster Girl things, like, woo! Sorry, geeking out a little bit.
Incopolis is home to various shops, like a weapon shop and a clothing shop, each one owned and operated by a charismatic shopkeeper. Now, take a look at that tower in the middle. The shopping area next to it is called Booyah Base. Here, each shopkeeper represents a different section of marine life. This one is the clothing store, Jelly Fresh. It's a specialty shop for tops. The store clerk, Jalonzo, has a unique speech pattern. But he's popular with the Squid Kids, so I guess that makes him hip.
Squid's next door.
Maybe that's why he wears a different t-shirt every day. He's got a rep to protect.
That's cool. A minor detail, but it makes sense.
Next up, the shoe shop, Shrimp Kids. This store is devoted to the fashion of footgear. The store is owned by Krusty Sean, the tiger prawn. He loves shoes so much, he wears a different shoe on each of his 8 feet. Here's the headgear shop, Cooler Heads. In addition to caps and hats,
Cooler Heads
he
will
offers
prevail.
glasses and other accessories too. Annie is the poster girl for this shop. She's a bit timid, but she has a huge following. Bunch of fan squid, if you ask me. Oh, and that's Mo. He sure has a sharp personality. And finally, this is the weapon shop, Ammo Nights. The store owner is Sheldon. This horseshoe crab is pretty much obsessed with all things military. Get him talking shop and he just won't stop. But his knowledge of
Can't
weapons
stop.
is definitely
Won't
top
stop.
notch.
Shop till you drop.
A word of caution, however. My research assistant tells me that the variety of weapons and gear available at shops will improve as squid level up.
Right.
Next, I'll lecture on some weapons his shop carries.
Oh, you can try too. That's pretty cool. Variety.
There appear to be three major types of ink-based weaponry. For rapid-fire inking, look no further than the shooter. For long-distance projectiles, there's the charger. And to squash opponents while spreading ink, say hello to the roller. Now, let's review the signature weapons of each type. This is a standard sort of weapon. It shoots rapid-fire bursts when the button is held, allowing squid to quickly cover a large area.
The most basic weapon. Even with that, the game is super fun.
Will be well equipped to claim turf or take down foes. One such weapon is called the Aerospray MG. It fires quick bursts, so its user can hose down a relatively large area in a short time. Speaking of short, it's a short-range weapon, so it'll make quick work of nearby targets.
I like it.
Next, I'll show you the Jet Squelcher. It has the longest firing range in the shooter category, making it a fairly effective sniping tool. The last shooter of the day is the Blaster. It shoots bullets that explode into ink. Enemies may be caught in the blast, but a straight shot will easily wipe them out.
Nice.
Next, let's examine the Charger.
Kind of my kind of
This
weapon.
type of weapon requires a short charge, but then it'll dump ink everywhere in one massive shot.
Okay, I see.
It's perfect for soiling pants. I mean, distant enemies, or for splattering the land in linear fashion. This Charger is the E-Leader 3K. Its charge is fairly time-consuming, but its firing range is impressive. This is really going to be... Yeah, that had to hurt. Relatively speaking, of course. I mean, oh, ouch again. The next one is the Splatter Scope. Some Chargers like this feature a scope, making it easier to aim at distant enemies.
Gotcha, bitch! Rolling, rolling.
Last, but
yeah, that's probably my signature
weapon. A great weapon for advancing forward while marking turf and steamrolling opponents.
Whoa, they say be rolling.
And will spread ink all over, splooshing any foe in an inkling's perimeter. The roller is a prime example. It's a tank of a roller that chugs along slowly while deflecting incoming fire when shaken.
Woo! Like it.
The three types we just showed you are all main weapons, but there are sub-weapons and special weapons too.
Whew.
Together, a main weapon, sub-weapon, and special weapon make a set. For Squid, selecting a weapon set that suits one's battle style is of pinnacle importance. Sub-weapons consume a relatively large amount of ink. The amount depends on what type is used. There are 9 weapon types,
nice.
Some gadgets and support tools that have the scientific community geeking out. One fine example is the suction bomb. It sticks to walls and other surfaces, exploding shortly after. Now, for a different thing that goes boom, try the burst bomb. It may not be as powerful as others, but it explodes on contact and uses less ink, allowing an inkling to throw them in rapid succession.
Ah.
The point sensor is a support tool. It doesn't attack, but it does locate sneaky enemies and shares that information with all teammates.
Ooh, okay. Nice.
The ink mine is another type of sub-weapon. It's invisible to opponents when it's on the ground, detonating after a certain amount of time, or automatically when enemies pass by.
Fuck. Gotcha, bitch.
The Squid Beacon is handy too. Set one down and teammates can super jump straight to it.
Oh, okay.
And finally, the Disruptor doesn't damage rival Squid, but it will slow them down a bit and lower their abilities as well. Special weapons are perhaps the most intriguing of all. They can only be used after filling up a gauge by covering the ground with ink.
Killer Whale.
The ink strike defies reason.
What's reason?
Touch a location on the gamepad map, and a rocket will be shot there, creating a fearsome ink tornado.
Defies reason. Just
The echolocator is great for locating enemies. For a limited time, it allows an entire team to see their foes' locations.
So, okay.
The bubbler is pretty self-explanatory. It creates a protective bubble that deflects enemy attacks. Get near a teammate, and they'll get bubbled too.
That's awesome! Dude!
And finally, the Kraken can turn an Inkling into a giant invincible squid. For a while, anyway.
Final smash!
Let's see.
Dude.
A weapon, a sub-weapon, and a
Kraken.
special weapon.
Then again.
Squid always go into a turf war with a set of these weapon types. But
So many
efficiency isn't just about weapons.
gear abilities. Okay.
Let's
Right.
take a look in the area outside Booyah Base to find out more. Inklings like to gather here because they're drawn to happening events. These particular squid are other players encountered online or via Miiverse. But if Inklings are one thing, it's fashionable. They've developed several brands of couture and enjoy mixing and matching styles to create their own unique look. Studying the different types of gear squid use offers some fascinating insight into
There's
their
like
strategies.
There's like a whole brand of clothing that Nintendo could just go all out in on that shit.
It can be special ordered.
Really? Nice. Oh, I'm so hyped
A
for this game.
closer look reveals icons on this gear. These denote what I like to call abilities. Each piece of gear
What I
comes
like
with
to call.
abilities that can power up an Inkling. There are many types of gear abilities. For example, if a piece of gear increases ink efficiency, the lucky Inkling who has it equipped will consume less ink than usual when using a main weapon. Other abilities include damage up, defense up, and speed up. Plus, more curious ones like the ninja squid and stealth. The number of abilities each piece of gear can have is based on its star count. The more stars it has, the more
rarity.
slots it will have. Up to 4 abilities can be equipped per piece of gear. However, other than the first one equipped, abilities are assigned at random. Frequent usage of the same gear apparently generates more abilities to equip. In this way, Squid can level up a piece of gear to enhance its strength or make up for its weaknesses. And so, gear combinations can improve one's strategy. By the way,
Whoa.
I suppose I should explain who this mysterious fellow is. His name is Spike. Somehow, he can increase the number of slots allotted to gear. That said, one can't make a request without a super C-SNIP. And it won't always be easy to acquire one. If one does take advantage of the services, it may be possible to optimize the abilities of every single piece of gear. Oh, and remember, gear ordered in the plaza can be picked up from Spike.
Nice. This is just like throwing in so many new awesome characters.
Wait, did you see that? It looked like a peculiar old man was peeking out from that manhole. Squid hole? Aha! Let's see what happens. Oh my, science, you've outdone yourself. Who could have imagined something like this existed underneath Inkopolis? I've heard this old manfish's name is Captain Cuttlefish. Likes ordering Inklings to battle with octopi, it seems. And maybe it's the outfit. That Inkling actually seems to be taking his orders and prepping for battle. Man, squid really are suckers. What's this? A tea kettle-like thing? If my calculations are correct, and I assume they are, the tea kettle is somehow connected to the octopi nest.
Nice.
No, you brave fool! Don't go in!
You brave fool.
Science tells us that the natural nemesis of the squid is the octopus, or in this case, the octarians. But octopi will do. It seems that Captain Cuttlefish has ordered the Inkling to take back a zapfish stolen by the octarians.
No.
There are many types of these octopi, and they'll use whatever arms necessary to stop the Inklings.
See what you did there.
Plenty to spare.
Fascinating.
Just look at all those gadgets and gizmos and thingamajigs.
Oh my.
To survive them, Inklings must shoot inhumans
Oh.
and use their squiddy navigation prowess to circumvent them. Sneaky little suckers.
Ah. No.
With Captain Cuttlefish's expert advice, they may just take back that zapfish. Depending on their location, some octopi may move like squid when they attack. Or they may be a bit more powerful. Worse, gigantic weaponized squid boss, anyone?
Dude.
My research indicates that items can occasionally be found in the middle of an area. For instance, this armor increases an Inkling's durability.
Nice. I love this game's soundtrack. Like, Nintendo's been really kicking ass with soundtracks lately.
Bubbler or other special weapons. And these little things are scattered all over. They're called power eggs. Apparently, power eggs power up your weaponry. For this reason, it's a good idea for any squid worth his tentacles to collect as many power eggs as possible. However, of all the items out there, we at the Squid Research Lab are most interested in these, the sunken scrolls. One scroll is hidden in each stage, and each one reveals another piece of this world's mysterious past.
Ooh.
As I've stated previously, squid are all about big events. The Squid Research Lab proudly presents a live performance by the Squid Sisters. The Squid Sisters are a new hit group comprised of Callie and Marie, the hottest stars in the Inkling world.
Marrying Kelly. They do have black and white. Interesting.
And I'm back. Science never sleeps. Neither can I. Right now, you're looking at the second floor of Inkopolis Tower. It's the Battle Dojo. Here, Inklings can compete in local multiplayer skirmishes, play against friends casually, and practice to perfect one's skills for online battles. The goal? Elementary. To deflate the most balloons and egos. 1 point is awarded per pop balloon. But taking damage will subtract some points. Points earned during the last minute are doubled. That way, underdog stories are abundant, as are total stompings.
Really? We don't need more comeback mechanics.
One player uses the gamepad, while another plays on the TV screen using a different input device, like the Wii U Pro controller. After earning their tentacles in Battle Dojo, a confident squid may want to swim onto the World Wide Web to battle against opponents from all over the place. Look no further than Inkopolis Tower to enter such an online battle. There are two types of online battles, regular battle and ranked battle. Regular battle refers to the turf wars, which are detailed in research record number 5. In this mode, the winning team is decided based on the amount of area covered in their ink. After each match, players are shuffled between the two teams like the motion of particles, randomly, in other words. In this mode, Inklings can easily join friends who are already playing online. As always, teams are chosen at random, so they may end up as bitter rivals. In online battles, wise squid will notice that certain weapons offer key advantages in certain stages, so weapon choice is an important strategic decision. To best apply these strategies to the battle at hand, Inklings always choose from 2 stages. These stages change out every 4 hours, giving eager Inklings a reason to fight throughout the day. In fact, a newscast will announce which 2 stages are available for play when they change out, allowing clever squid to pick the right weapon set for their current situation.
Ah, I see. That makes sense.
The other online mode is called Ranked Battle. There's more than one way to play this mode, including Splat Zones, where squid brothers and sisters fight for control over a specific portion of the stage. Whichever team holds on to this area longest wins the match. Because both teams are drawn like magnets to this one area, these battles are incredibly fierce by nature. In ranked battle, players are rated based on skill, and skill alone. Ranks go up and down based on wins and losses. Ranks ranging from C- to A+ across 9 levels. That way, players of similar ranks can face off against each other. All right, here's where we separate the Inklings from the Squid Babies. You see, to participate in ranked battle, one must reach level 10 or greater, but that's not all. One other condition must be met to play ranked battle, a global condition. All across the world, the more players that reach level 10, the closer we'll get to reaching an exciting new event. At that point, ranked battle will be unlocked for the world to enjoy. The Squid Research Lab will provide status updates on this worldwide event on Nintendo's social media channels.
That won't take long. Trust me. That won't take long at all.
And on the official website, splatoon.nintendo.com.
It's a fun game.
Together, we fellow Squid fanatics will reach this goal in no time flat. And in the meantime, you can enjoy honing your skills, unlocking gear, ranking up, and fending off the Octarian threat. Now, for what is quite possibly the most startling revelation of all. Soon, Inklings the world over will have tons of exciting events to look forward to. It all starts after the launch of Splatoon. With various elements being powered up with free content, you won't know what to expect, but you will know to stay tuned for what's happening and what's coming. Sometimes new stages will be added to the mix. The initial selection has plenty to wrap your tentacles around.
5 stages.
But soon after launch, some far more technical stages will be added.
Ooh! Post-launch
weapons will be introduced as well, including this one, the Ink Brush. This roller-type weapon looks like a paintbrush. The only art it specializes in is turf war.
Nice.
New gear will be added as well, including clothes and shoes. These events will also usher in new rule sets for ranked battle. The next to arrive is called Tower Control, and by science is it interesting. Stand on the tower in the center of the stage, and it will start moving on a rail toward enemy territory. The team who pushes through the tower and through the goal first wins. Sadly, the poor Inkling on the tower will be a constant target for the opponent team. Such is fate. The Squid on the tower must be punished for his actions, and his allies must protect him.
Ooh, I like that.
At its finest. Ranked battle will also receive a third rule set called Rainmaker. So far, my research is inconclusive, but they must have called it that for some reason. Making it rain, baby! Making it rain! Well, moving along, August is when the competition really heats up with a major event.
Post-launch.
This new event will add in 2 additional matchmaking options, as more and more players master the strategies, weapons, and stages of turf war and ranked battle. The first allows 4 friends to team up and search online for another team to battle against. And the second option will gather 8 friends together to wage custom online battles, enabling players to choose any stage and any rule set they want. This will be perfect for settling old scores or starting up new rivalries with seasoned Squid buddies. Sounds tasty.
Seasoned.
As you can see, there are tons of exciting events coming post-launch.
Squiddy games.
It's my understanding that the fun doesn't end here. At the corner of this plaza, we've discovered a classic arcade machine. Let's take a look.
So that's what that is? The amiibo?
Eureka! This 8-bit style. Oh, the nostalgia. This game within a game is called
Squid Jump.
It's a simplistic minigame where all you have to do is jump your way to the top. But it can be quite exciting to go for a high score. It's a fun diversion for any squid waiting to be matched for an online battle. Speaking of fun, here's another way to play.
Got my 3-pack.
That's right, amiibo. There's an Inkling girl, an Inkling boy,
Sup, player.
and an Inkling squid amiibo too.
Slippy.
Each one offers 20 different missions.
Nice.
The Inkling girl offers charger challenges, where you take on stages in Octo Valley with only a charger. The Inking Boy provides forward challenges.
But isn't that the girl right there?
And the
Oh, right.
Eagle delivers a formidable mix. Both Kraken challenges and limited ink challenges. Sounds challenging.
Here comes a new challenge.
Upon clearing missions, you will acquire special gear.
Inkling Wife!
All of the missions, you can unlock an additional minigame.
Dude. Wondering what that was.
These minigames can be swapped
Squid
and
ball.
played at any time, or while you're waiting to be matched.
Squid Racer. Dude!
Oh, I almost forgot to divulge the most scientifically relevant portion of my report.
Ooh, so pretty.
Splatfest. Remember the Squid Sisters? It seems they're not just pop stars. They're also the host of a news program that announces events that add in new maps and great battle-related news, including Splatfest.
Oh, calamari, dumbass.
Splatfests are very special events that happen in Inkopolis. So players all across the Americas will be divided into 2 teams. Players ally themselves with one of these 2 teams and battle it out. When the ink settles, the winning side will be determined.
Oh, it's just like what they do. It's just like what they do with Smash Brothers.
Splatfests have their own ranking system.
Cat fanboy, dog fan,
The players' total points earned during Splatfest.
cat fiend. Nice. Just more fun stuff to do.
At the end of the Splatfest may earn you that special item we mentioned earlier, the Super Sea Snail. For this, you can ask Spike to enhance your gear. The first Splatfest will take place from Saturday, June 20th at 6 a.m. through Sunday, June 21st.
Man, they're just going all. I love it. I love that they're going, balls to the wall with this game.
Cats or dogs? Squid is not an acceptable response.
No.
The real question is, are you Team Cat or Team Dog? If you belong to the winning side, you'll be rewarded with a Super Sea Snail.
Okay.
Remember, Splatfest happens on an irregular basis, so stay tuned.
It incentivizes you to join these
Point
events.
where the human mind simply cannot handle any more squid-related info. However, I expect you all would like to know how you can conduct your own research. So I have one more major announcement. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Splatoon Global Test Fire is happening. Nintendo is holding a special event, a global celebration for science that will give players a taste of the action before Splatoon releases. After this announcement, we'll release a free demo version of this Splatoon Global Test Fire on Wii U. This software will allow you to test fire Splatoon globally at these specific dates and times.
Oh.
Speaking of, during this event, Nintendo will be hosting a live stream where staff from the Treehouse will play the game. They're not the only ones playing. Researchers from our lab will join the battle wearing a lab coat costume. So if you see one of us in your match, it might be me. So take it easy. Apparently, players who pre-ordered or purchased Splatoon at GameStop will receive a code for 2 Splatoon DLC costumes for use in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Really?
It's available for a limited time. So don't miss your
Fuck.
chance and stay tuned for more info. I'm making a mental note now. It seems my research concludes here, Squid fans.
Suck.
It's my dearest wish that you are now as dedicated to Squid education, appreciation, and combat as I am. See you at the Test Fire event. Good day to you all.
Squidoosh. Damn it. I'm not unhappy. I mean, it just means I have to go reserve it at GameStop now. Oh. But if they're just getting DLC outfits, then it's very unlikely that we'll get Inkling as a playable character in Smash Brothers. But oh well. It was kind of a long shot considering how new the game is, but that was a lot of info. I'm just even more hyped for that game. I'm seeing more new characters. So much more fun to be had. Events. Oh man, I gotta go download the Test Fire thing. So for now, I'm Vidya James, just playing.